Alright guys, I wanted to go over kind of like what we covered a little bit because I know some of y'all were struggling with it, and that's fine. So we're going to go over it again. Alright, so the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I think we all know that. So this is the format that we're trying to put it in order to determine what the y-intercept and the slope is. So now we're basically just kind of do a little bit review on solving for y. So let's start on this first one. We'll go easier and like a little bit harder and harder. Okay, so we have 2x plus y equals -4. Now looking at it, you're determining what is different about this equation than this one. Well, the 2x is on the same side as the y, and on this one it is not. So we have to move the 2x over. So if you remember, in order to move the 2x all the way over, what do we have to do? First thing is we draw our line on the equal sign. So to flip it over here, it becomes an opposite of what it is. So the opposite of positive 2x is negative 2x. Negative 2x, those cancel out. And you move your negative 2x over here. So now over here, your equation is y equals -4 minus 2x. All right. Now, if you were to label the slope and the y-intercept, so the m is your slope. So you look, where's your m at? So on this, the m is next to the x. So which one is next to the x on this equation? It would be the -2. So therefore, your slope would be -2. Sorry, my dog is getting into something. It would be -2. And so that leaves with your y-intercept being what? -4, which represents the b. So -4 would be your y-intercept. All right. Now we're going to go to the second one. This one right here. 3x minus y equals 2. So what is like the one thing that you notice about this one that is different than all the other ones? And that is a big pain. That the y is negative. And you're probably wondering, why the heck do we have to change it to a positive? Because this format is not written as -y equals mx plus b. It's written as y equals mx plus b. So therefore, first thing we do is draw our line. Make sure our y is positive, which it is not. So in order to cancel out, we have to do plus y. So that cancels. We move our plus y over here. So now we have 3x equals 2 plus y. Now, I draw our line again. Now, what is on the same side as y now? Is the 2. So the 2, we have to move it over the equal sign. So in order to do so, we have to do the opposite, which would be -2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So therefore, now we have -2 plus 3x. So now our new format that we have is y equals 3x plus -2. So now, again, with identifying if it's the slope or the y-intercept, the slope is always with the m, and the m is always attached to the x. So your slope would be 3. So your slope is 3. And your y-intercept, b is over here, b, it would be -2. All right. Now moving on to give myself some more space. There we go. Now moving on to a little bit harder. First things first, draw your line. Now you determine is our y positive? It is positive, but it has a little 4 attached to it. So for now, anytime a number is attached to y, get that all by itself first. And then you can work on dividing it. So how do we get the 4y by itself? Well, it wouldn't be the 8x because on the other side, so now we move the 16 over. And so the opposite of negative 16 is plus 16. That cancels. So we have 16 plus 8x. Uh-oh. (16 plus 8x equals 4x right here. All right. So now this is what I meant when I said get the 4y all by itself. So now what is 4y basically representing? It's basically representing 4 times an unknown number. So this means technically multiplying. So the opposite of multiplying would be dividing, but we're just dividing the 4 to get y by itself, so that cancels. 4 divided by 4. So now we have 8 divided by 4 because we're dividing everything by 4. And that would be 8 divided by 4 is 2x. And then 16 divided by 4 is 4. So we have 4 plus 2x equals y. Now, one important thing to remember, I know this is probably still maybe a little confusing for you guys. If it is, don't hesitate to ask me questions. One important thing to remember is draw your line on the equal sign, and then always try to make your y, always make your y positive, because you cannot have a negative y. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Hope this helps. If not, let me know.